The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corporation.
Welcome to SinCityBounty.com.
Yes. You totally got it.
Finally!
Hey, we were off for a week. Did you miss us?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all were probably high on Reese's Pieces peanut butter cups.
I know I was.
I was like, Toxie, save them for the kids, man.
One of the great things about buying candy for my neighborhood is I always get all the candy because nobody comes to my door.
That's because you live in a scary-ass neighborhood.
It's not scary? Oh, yeah, it is pretty scary.
I was going to say.
Oh, my gosh.
Did you not just talk about on the same night this one's in the hospital that you're being surrounded by the police and ghetto birds?
It was scary.
Why was the popo surrounding you?
First of all, it was choppers in the air and announcements from the chopper, like get on your knees or whatever from the chopper.
Are you sure that wasn't, like, your neighbor?
You're sure?
And then,
Are you sure you didn't have on, like, you fell asleep to some Cinemax at night?
and then when the cop cars finally showed up, they would sound the alarm, and then they would make an announcement. It was like, we've got the place surrounded. Wow. It was some kind of hostage situation. I have no idea what it was, but it wasn't in my neighborhood. It was across the ditch from my neighborhood. Dang. But because I have the concrete wash there, it echoed, so I got to hear almost everything. I did, however, open my door so I could understand what he was telling the guy. and then when the shots were fired, and they weren't gunshots, they were like the riot gunshots, or they were they were like maybe beanbags.
It sounds like a whoomp.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. There were two of them, and I said, "Oh shit, I'm closing the door."
If I'm ever taken out, I want to be taken out by beanbags. Like, I'll drop. I don't give a fuck. Like, that thing even grazes me, and I'll drop and start crying and be like, "I've been shot! I've been shot!" And they'll be like, "Ma'am, it's a beanbag."
No, that motherfucker hurts like hell.
I've watched.
Hurts like hell.
I'd rather tase, like, because it makes for a great story. No one wants to have the story like my leg got shot off, like. No.
It'd be more like, where'd you get that enormous bruise that covers half of your body? I got hit by a beanbag.
That's it. That's what I want to do.
But I was talking to Sierra because she came over for a second, and we were talking. My neighborhood is actually really cool. My personal neighborhood is really cool now because every weekend there's parties, and that's all you hear floating through the air is the sound of music, and everybody's just having a good time. 2 houses down from me, there is like literally every weekend there's a bouncy house in the front yard. So
now that's where I want to be. That is where I want to be.
But while I was standing there though with you, a cop car drove around the block like 3 times with his sirens on as loud as it could go and as fast as it could go.
He's probably looking for the right party to go to.
No. He was chasing some mofo.
So wait for Halloween. You came.
I did. My neighborhood, I live in a gated community. Now, that doesn't mean anything in Vegas. Half our communities are gated. It's either old people and like 3 kids. So there's no trick-or-treaters in my neighborhood, and you can't trick-or-treat in my neighborhood because everybody leaves their fucking lights on, and they'll sit there at their dining room table while you're ding-donging the fucking bell, and they'll just look out the window and eat their fucking meatloaf at you. So we go somewhere else every year. We have to. Otherwise, there's no candy. I am no longer in the inns with the crew we used to chill with on Halloween. So this year, I called up Toxie and I was like, hey, we should do Halloween at your neighborhood. And so I brought a bag.
I read those texts. It was more like, can we come to your neighborhood for Halloween?
Don't be calling me out like the lonely loser I am.
Listen, I totally tried to prep her, and I said, listen, there's going to be a lot of kids.
I was like, I'll bring some candy.
She's like, yeah, I'll bring some candy. And I said, listen, I only have so much. I only have so many bags of the giant ones, and we'll have to shut that light off soon. And she's like, "I'll bring some candy."
Well, the way that
No
you
worries.
talk about your neighborhood, it's like your neighbors are giving out full-size Snickers and shit.
They give out the works. They have contests every year for the best decor.
I'd be begging to come to your neighborhood.
Right.
It was a badass.
So I basically
so you know.
sat alone home when I should have came over to your house.
You should have. So next year, I think we'll do it up a little bit better.
Yeah, I think we'll clear out some space in the garage. We'll set up a grill. We'll have some beer and coolers for the parents who are.
Ooh.
And we'll hand it. Everybody has to bring 4 bags of 200-piece candy or more.
Right.
That is the fucking minimum because we had over 1,200 pieces of candy. Giving them out 1 or 2 at a time. We went through all of it way sooner than we should have.
They were still like, we're like, go, go, go. We're trying to clear everything out, and kids are just coming up.
They're like, you don't have any more candy? We're like, no. We're like, turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. It's crazy.
And Toxie, we have to drink this. It's an ale.
Prickly pineapple.
Wait.
Cider.
It's a cider.
Prickly pineapple cider. Okay.
Deanna turned me onto it. Oh, it was so good.
But
Yeah,
it was
we'll have to
it
do
was
that.
insane. And then our 2 kids sat on the floor and dumped their bags out and were exchanging
This was the
candy.
best part, by the way. And here's why. This is horrible. I am so sorry.
It's okay.
But her child is allergic to nuts.
So you're taking all the
her
Snickers.
child traded mine for like the nutless stuff. And then at the end, he's like, just take the rest. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God. Yes. This is like the best day ever.
Because usually I used to eat it, but I haven't been able to eat it in years. And so baby daddy would get all the nut candy. But then this year, that's funny. But then this year, my son gave his nut candy to her daughter.
Daniel's so proud of us.
So our
Well,
kids
really,
shared nut candy.
what happened was at
Well,
the
they
end.
He shared the nut
Yeah.
candy.
What happened was at the end,
Speaking
he
of
was just
candy,
like,
somebody just joined us called Hard Candy.
Nice. I like it hard.
so
I like soft candy myself.
by the end, he was just tired of trying to figure out what crappy fruit candy he wanted, and he had everything he wanted, so he was just like, "Bah, just take it." And he just gave it to her. And we went home, and we still have all of that candy. He's had like 4 pieces of it.
Well, what normally happens is the candy is super exciting at our house for like a day or 2, and then it ends up getting trashed. But this year, that didn't happen.
Because you had all the peanut butter candy.
And we had all the peanut butter candy. And I will admit, like, I have had many peanut butter cup comas, more than I'll ever admit to. We'll just guess it 2 or 3, but more than I'll ever admit to. By the way, Hard Candy has been on our show
Really?
years ago when I first came on, when we had Glitz on.
Oh.
So, hey, Hard Candy.
Hey, Hard Candy.
Hey, Hard Candy. I'm not on Facebook, so I'm gonna have to.
What happened? Why are you not on Facebook anymore?
I left a while ago. I
was trying to tag you in something, and I couldn't, and I was like, man, that bitch
Was
unfriended
it too
me.
much drama?
No. Nothing was wrong. I shared with Johnny that the night before, and I couldn't sleep, and I'm on, and I love posting my, happy Friday Fernville and my Snoopies and my cover pictures and float in and out of pages and all that friendship stuff. And so I'm watching the little animal videos, and I'm just laying there, I'm like, I really need to get off Facebook. There's things in life that I need to take care of. And if I'm on this mindless nothing Facebook crap, even though there's, a handful of people that I miss, even though my page was small and private, I got rid of it. And the most saddest, pathetic part is no one missed me.
I missed you. I just thought you unfriended me.
No.
The thing is if they were, like, unless they had your cell,
Right.
they could be like, wait a second, the bitch unfriended
That's
me.
exactly how I was like, well, I must have. Look, I am an offensive motherfucker.
No, not to
and,
me.
And I totally get it when I'm like going to tag somebody, like, oh, somebody would love this.
Yeah.
Oh, they must have unfriended me. Ah, well, keep going. Because it happens all the time, y'all.
No, it was 3 days after one of my friends from Kansas had sent me a text going, I went to tag you in something and you're not even on there at all. And where are you?
You know it's still there.
No.
It is.
You
It
can
is.
reactivate
Once
it.
you
Reactivate.
once you go in to sign in or sign up, your page is going to go, hey, guess what, Fern? We still have all your stuff.
No, I'll never activate it again. Seriously. No. actually, the couple people that have reached out since said, "Is everything all right?" Or I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I just have to take care of business." And it honestly, really, I shared it with Deanna. Showed me who my friends are, and with the exception of us not having each other's phone numbers. And I shared with Johnny how with you guys in our friendship is, I don't blow up your phones. I'm not a pest to you. I don't call people. I don't bother anyone. And to not even one person in our little circle of friends reached out because of some cupcakes I'm making for her birthday in February. And she said herself, she went to message me and I wasn't there. And so she had my number. Nobody else does. And the people who have my number in Fernville, they've not reached out. They've not anything.
Well,
yeah.
See, again, I just assumed I was an asshole and offended you, because trust me, it happens on like a weekly basis that I go to tag someone and they're not there anymore. And I'm like, nah. They're just mad because I'm okay with gay rights.
Tim said, yeah, you can't delete your Facebook on your own. You have to contact Facebook directly to do that. You can only deactivate.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's what I did. I deactivated.
So if like 4 years from now, if you ever want to get back on there, it'll still be there.
Just like MySpace is still there. Like every now and
Dude,
again.
I log into MySpace once every 6 months just to make sure nobody's hacked it. And nobody has.
I love it because I go in there and I have these old pictures that apparently I didn't move over to Facebook.
I have blog posts and shit too on MySpace.
So let me ask you, if you were to look me up, but
you won't come up to us.
Yeah,
you won't come up.
No, but all your
You're
information
hidden
is still
back there. You're
saved.
hidden.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have banks and they have like a small island of computers, and your stuff is stored, baby.
Because when I did a check, I found like 5 Fern Williams, and I'm like, they're not me. So I was happy. Some had pictures, some didn't. Some hadn't been on since.
Did you just call yourself out on camera?
Fern Williams? I don't care who knows.
Oh, that's right. Nobody can find you anymore.
Right. I'm Fern Williams. I live in Vegas, South Jones Boulevard. Not telling you my cross street. But and if you were really my friend, you'd already have my number. Are people asking for it now? No. No. It's okay.
You don't miss it, right? You don't miss it at all?
I don't. It just really showed me.
So what are you
about
doing with your
friendships.
time now?
I am trying to get my certification for my sign language so I can be a traveling interpreter.
Do shit.
No.
I want to see
Do
you do
poopy.
shit.
Do poopy.
Do poopy.
Do caca.
No.
This is S, right?
Yes.
I don't know H. I don't know I. I don't know T. I just know S.
See, I have to go through the alphabet in my head because, it's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z.
T is, you do shit. So T is with the finger in the middle?
So yeah, it's S, H, I, T.
Yeah.
But this is toilet in sign language.
Yeah.
Toilet?
This?
Yes.
Yeah, you jiggle the handle.
Yes.
Oh.
This
This
Something
is
else in my language, but
this is pizza. By the way, this is pizza.
Yeah, buddy.
This is candy.
This is shear, as in shearing a sheep.
this is more, I think.
Yeah. And
No,
This
isn't
is
this
we.
hungry?
This is we,
Oh,
as in
hungry,
the
maybe.
inclusive
Hungry?
we.
I don't know. My daughter.
This is I want to suck your
cheese
cock.
This
My
is
daughter
water.
knew
This is lesbian. I know that. Because I want lesbian sex.
What is that?
I can get laid in sign language, bitches.
Did she do this?
No, it's this.
Oh.
It's two people on top of each other.
I thought she was like scissoring.
No, it's this.
I'm
This
making
is
up
sex.
my
This
own.
would work too, wouldn't it?
Well, I think this movement is cut, usually used for different cutting actions. So
this is like
I
wanna,
could be like scissors.
I want to murder you.
I want to scissor you. I can have lesbian sex in sign language. What?
But how? Never mind.
Can you have cis sex?
I used to be pretty fluent in sign
you
I
have
language.
know, but
cis-
how can you talk to them while? I mean, your hands are.
You don't. It sounds a lot like this. And nobody really knows because they're deaf. They can't hear it. Oh my god.
Tox is gonna die right now.
I fucking love it. You asked.
You could say
just remember.
I know. It's
You
my
asked.
fault. It's my fault.
It's
my fault.
To eat.
Yeah, eat is this, right?
Yeah,
oh,
this is
you
eat.
said that was that. I thought it was
Drink.
and what's milk?
Why?
My daughter when my
this
daughter
would
was
be
no.
It's not this. It's
When my
this.
daughter was little, before she talked, she had learned sign language for certain. I just can't remember what it is. She's like 50 years old now. But she knew like little sign language for like milk, more, hungry.
We should just do this as a plan. So when we go to parties, we can just tell each other stuff. And nobody would know.
Look at this bitch right here.
Yeah, except
Fuck that hoe.
Except, sweetie, when you're saying, look at this bitch right here while you're doing the sign language.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
You have to remember we can all actually hear.
Can I speak like I'm deaf? Can I totally pretend?
No.
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 Look at this bitch right here.
No.
No, because not really, not very nice to do it like that.
I know.
Tim said with the sound off, it was just BBW gang sign.
This is BBW gang signs right here.
Or
What was that one?
Beautiful fuck.
I'm still with that one. BBW or not, that's
And you have to do it from up
kind of a
here.
universal.
Yeah, because we all do it from our knees, ladies, gentlemen.
no, I don't. No.
This is, I want to give you a hand job.
How big of a dick are you? You're like, these are horse dicks you're jerking off.
That's why our marks are
You're
so
like,
big.
I really like girth.
like my carpal tunnel is aching just watching you.
I like me a tuna can Charlie.
I also can't imagine the output after.
It would just be the same.
Yeah.
You just gotta
Because
clean
it
it
had
up.
further to travel. It'll be like, bleh. It'll lose its momentum.
Yeah, just kind of dribbles out the top. Just you know, like when you put a ketchup bottle under pressure and you pop it open and just kind of out the top, like that.
Yeah. So,
Let's recover.
and
Penis.
Okay, so you've been trying to get your certification for sign language.
yes, so I'm just finishing up some school stuff and working on me because I'm not happy about the weight gain, even though tonight I've had 2 pieces of candy.
You look absolutely beautiful tonight.
You actually look like you've dropped some weight.
Oh, thank you. It's kind of hard because I have someone who's very special to me, and generally I was eating like 1 meal a day, and now because of a wonderful friend, I'm up to like sometimes 3. Ugh. So it's like, oh, wow. So yeah, I'm
3
trying
what?
not to meals a day
Did you just go back to perverted sign language for
yeah.
a moment?
because
You were
food
like,
makes me happy. I was like, oh, yeah. So I've been cooking up a storm, and it's been
It's the
wonderful.
season now.
Yeah.
I love this season. This is my favorite season. I'm ready for Thanksgiving. I want Christmas to come. I'm ready. I've been cutting out paper snowflakes to hang
Oh
all
my
over my
goodness.
house.
Sweet Jesus. So if you come to Friendsgiving, I've invited all my friends to Friendsgiving. If you make it to Friendsgiving, after dinner we might put my tree up.
Nice.
That is the best way to get people to do your decorations. I'm gonna invite all
Little
of
to
you
the
over.
left.
I'm gonna invite all of you over for Friendsgiving, and if you don't mind, I have lights that need to go on the outside of my house. I'm lucky.
And look, the ladders just happen to be there.
So at the end of the night, we're all just gonna put all my shit up.
If you've had too much
Y'all
to drink, you'll get on the
turkey.
ladder.
I'm gonna feed you bitches. Least you can do is put some staples in the ceiling.
Now, from what I understand, you're not a decorator person, so no tree for you.
Oh no, we always have it. I mean, I
Okay.
have a child who is like over the top on Christmas.
Nice.
So and last year I will tell you that I had it was the first time I ever put the tree up by myself. I was super proud. The whole A goes into B or A goes into here and all of that. A little complicated for me. I pulled everything out of the box, and it was hard enough just getting the box in the house, but then I'm going, what the fuck do I do now? Like, why isn't it in the shape of a tree? I've never had to do this in my life. Like, I grew up, we always had real trees. And the year before, my daughter had a real tree, only it was delivered to the house for her. So last year I'm like, I'm getting this bitch up while she wasn't home, and then
You did it.
It took a long time. Longer than it should.
But you did it
like
by
my
yourself.
mom. You know what my mom did one year?
proud.
Because the tree was in a corner, she only decorated the front. So if you were to spin the tree, there was nothing on the back.
That's what we do.
Well, I didn't decorate it without her. I would have to watch myself in my sleep. We're just literally talking getting the tree up. Like, that was challenging enough for me.
The first 5 years of my marriage, I had the trunks were this big, and there were 3 little palm trees, and it literally just took hair ribbon, and it would still make it kind of.
Oh, a Charlie Brown tree.
It was like that, but they were 3 little palm trees in this little bucket like this. And for the first 5 years of our marriage, that was our Christmas tree, and it was up on a little table because that's where the plant was, and it was really cute. I have pictures of it, and then for the 6th year, we were just like, well, my niece and nephew are older now, and they've seen what trees are, and they're looking at ours going, I think Aunt Fernie and Uncle Jeffy need a tree.
A real one.
And so we're like, no, we like ours. And they're like, no. But everything else was decorated.
I always go to Home Depot and kill a rosemary bush because they cut them in the topiaries.
Oh, okay.
And when I have these little battery-powered lights that you put on them, and when the lights light up and it warms the rosemary, it makes the house smell good.
That sounds delicious.
And then at the end of the Christmas season, it's dead, and I just throw it away.
See, last year...
No, you shouldn't just throw it away. You strip all the pines off. You can cook with that little bit.
There's actually one from last Christmas sitting in my windowsill, and every time I need some rosemary, I just pick it off of there. And that's only because I forget to water it. That's the only reason it dies.
I am desperately trying to keep some mums alive right now, and they, like, some days I walk into the kitchen, they're like this, oh, fuck this shit, and then I remember I fucking need to water these little bitches, and by the afternoon they're like, all right, it's okay.
That's the best way. That's the best way. The best kind of plant to have is the ones that droop when they need water, because then you go, let me water this thing.
Seymour, the plant in my office, he's like that. I'll forget about that little motherfucker for weeks, and then I'll look over and everything's just kind of spread out on the ground or on the little table I have them on. So then I put some water in there, and then by the middle of the afternoon it's all standing straight back up again, and I'm like, thank you for not dying.
At least they give you warning. I like the ones that give you a little warning.
Sometimes I'll lose a leaf.
See, we last year I did not decorate outside of the house except for the red lights, which you got to see.
She's the whorehouse in her neighborhood. Red light district.
We flipped the lights on for the trick-or-treaters, and she's like, why are the lights on the front of your house red? And I said, they're from last Christmas. It was our outdoor decoration.
You realize you're the redneck in your neighborhood, right?
I'm certain. But I don't turn them on. Like, that was the first. I don't turn them on because I'm embarrassed because they're red. But the year before, we had decorations, and my daughter had help putting them up. And her dad's like 6'5", so he'll go up to the top of the ladder, and then he'll put a ladder on a ladder and climb on top of that like he doesn't give a fuck, So you
got a life insurance policy on him, right?
Well, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, you can still get a life insurance policy on him. You can put out a life insurance policy on anyone. You don't got to be related to them or married to them.
I got one on you, so
good.
Anyway,
probably gonna die young.
It's all so we have all these lights up, right? And the season's over, and I'm like, hey, can we have help taking them down? And nope, we cannot. So my daughter and I are like, all right, we've got to get these down. We let it go as long as we could, and I'm like, I'm going to start getting letters from the HOA, so we have to get these down.
So in February.
So, no, sooner than that. So her and I go out, we get the ladder, and I go up, and I'm like 2 steps up on the ladder, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to fall. So my daughter's like, I'll go on the ladder. So she goes on the ladder, and she goes like 2 more steps than me. And she's like, I still can't reach them, and I'm not going any higher, and I think I'm going to fall. So I go and get a plastic stick, and I throw my body against the ladder and wrap my arms around the bottom of her legs. So here's me holding her like this. Here's her with a big plastic stick whacking down the lights off the house.
It's a Christmas piñata.
Are literally walking out watching us.
Instead of saying...
And not one is like, hey, do you need help? So we're just there. We're embarrassed because now, like, people have stopped to, get popcorn and have a show. as we're batting down the lights, and afterward
Do
I'm like,
not
throw 'em
tell
away.
me you would not be doing the same damn thing
I would be doing
if your
it.
neighbor were doing what you were.
I would be doing it from in the house. I would be watching. I would be upstairs out of one of the bedroom windows, and I would be there like,
With
get more
all
popcorn.
the peanut butter cups, just all the
would-
paper piling up right in the windowsill there.
I'd probably be recording that shit and posting it on YouTube. I mean, something. But I wouldn't be obvious. I wouldn't walk out to my porch and go, looks like she needs help. I'm going to sit here and watch. See what happens.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't call me because you got 2 more steps higher than I ever would have. I am absolutely terrified of being up on a ladder, so I couldn't have helped you at all.
Yeah.
I'm not a decorator person either. I just love the season. I love it because of all the food and all the candy and all the cakes. And because, for some reason, unless you're out shopping, everybody's nicer.
Everybody is nicer.
Not me.
Well,
Yeah, you are.
Still an asshole.
There's exceptions.
Not to me.
I am the exception to the rule.
I love this season. I love it, love it, love it.
My friends love it more for me too, because besides my cooking and baking things, they're like, and they'll specifically want a specific baked thing as their present.
It pisses me off when people want specific things. Like, you just take what I motherfucking give you.
Right.
No.
I'm the same way.
I am going to argue this point with you. I was married to a motherfucker who knew I despised red roses. Not despise like they're totally awful, don't ever give them to me, but they are totally awful. Please don't ever give them to me. Anyone can find red roses anywhere. You can go into fucking 7-Eleven and find red roses. It does not take any special sort of action to find a red rose and bring it to me. Now, to find something odd or neatly colored or even one of my favorite flowers,
What
that
about,
takes
like,
a little bit of effort.
That's
like
a
a
little
tooth found in the
different.
gutter?
That's a little different. When people are calling you up and saying, hey, can you make some
They're
of that
beautiful.
sneaky snack or whatever the hell that is?
Snickety-snack.
Yeah, whatever the hell it is that you make. Can you make some of that for me?
Yeah.
I'd be
I
like,
like that,
bitch, what
because-
if I don't feel like making that right now?
I actually love, my friends know financially things are tight for me, so if they bring over the Fritos, the corn syrup, the things that I need to make it,
That is completely different than calling you up and go, hey, Fern, it's Christmas time. Make me some snickety snack.
but
Right now.
Like, I wasn't going to give you anything for Christmas. Like,
no, they know me.
now I feel obligated.
No,
Now I
if you
gotta
don't
make
like
cookies.
something and somebody gives it to you, fuck that motherfucker. Right? That's a completely different thing.
Right.
Yes, but you should take into account what the person likes when you give them something. And if you know that the only thing they like is fucking sneaky snack, then sneaky snack it is.
Yeah, or my pineapple upside down cake, or pecan
Unless she
pie,
decides she wants to
cobbler.
try something new.
hungry.
It's a new Christmas season. It's not the same as last Christmas season. She could have a whole peanut butter snicky snack thing going on.
Don't fuck with the flow. If it works, it works. If it ain't broke, don't
Listen.
fucking fix it.
While we're on the subject of how shitty is that people ask you to make stuff, do you know how to make those old school Christmas cookies?
Which
Which
Like
ones?
just the shortbread type
Yes, yes,
Christmas that you put like sprinkles on?
yes. You want some of
Yeah.
This is a sugar cookie recipe.
Yeah.
I know, but it has.
You can
it's
buy a
shaped like
tube.
tree. It's not the same. It doesn't taste the same.
No, it doesn't.
I'm
taste
trying
nice.
to-
It's too
that-
floury.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like my grandmother always made, and I hated her, and she hated me. She was my step grandmother. She was very mean to me. But
Fuck you, step grandmother.
Yeah.
she's dead, so fuck you.
Fuck you in the
Yeah.
afterlife.
But she.
It just says
it's so funny.
storage is full.
They didn't even have my name in the obituary as like a grandkid.
But did she make
But
those cookies?
she made the best cookies.
Okay.
Those, and she made these delicious pineapple squares. So good. So I would love going there for Christmas, even though it kind of sucked what would happen. But I would just sit at the table and eat those fuckers.
All right, well, we'll get together and we'll talk about it, and I will hook you up.
I mean, while we're on the subject,
if
of
you
people
take your
asking
your daughter over, maybe she could teach your daughter that
Oh,
way
yeah,
your
she'd
daughter
love
can
that.
start making them.
Well, you
She loves
know,
that. She loves to bake and stuff.
in this little group of sisters, I just joined Glide yesterday or the day before. I'd never been on Glide.
What is
Glide?
Glide?
Yeah, it's this.
Is it
really,
deodorant?
No, it's this. I don't even. I'm so bad at it, but this is the thing. So, it's called Glide, and then
It's a Facebook It's a Facebook substitute.
Like a dating app.
Well, I just joined because, in fact, we'll do it like I'll do it right now.
It's a Facebook substitute.
It's the same. Have you ever
social
been
media,
on, like,
motherfuckers.
POF or anything?
It's like a Snapchat.
It's the same.
Well, yeah. So it's just us girls together, and now we're all like, "Hey, girls." So anyway. So when you're done, you hit that, and then all the girls will see it. These are the videos, and so what I'm excited about with this whole process of this thing is that Deanna can film me showing the girls how to make Snicky Snack because they all love it, as do you girls. And so now I'll be able to, like, you know, step by step show them, and so that makes me happy that not only do I get to make it, like, she wants Nutella, so I do half peanut butter, half Nutella, so I'll get to show how to do that. And yeah, and then you use the scoop Fritos, so it really, all the stuff goes in the scoop anyway. So I'm excited that I get to do that for the girls because then they'll see how to do it.
Could you also use that, say, just hypothetical, I'm pulling this out of nowhere, if you were to send dirty videos to someone?
I have not.
Is that a good resource for doing so?
I suppose you could.
This one over here seems to know quite a bit about sending dirty videos to people.
Well, yeah, she does.
And if she were a little bit braver, we'd put her on the air and she could talk to us about it.
I'd like to know how this app works for, let's just say hypothetically, if there's a video.
But it's for a group of friends, right?
Well, it doesn't have to be. Oh my God. Okay, I'll show you off air. There's some guys on here that, because if their phone number is in your phone, it's so frustrating because all you see is do not answer, and it has the person's name and their picture. So they're showing up in my, because they're on Glide and they have my number, and I'm like, so
you can block these bitches, though,
well,
right?
yeah, I've been a little busy doing that because, oh my God. And there's one guy who just recently just randomly, hey, Fern, da, da, da. I'm like, ugh, crap. I wouldn't even show myself because you do it live.
I just remembered a story I forgot to tell you guys.
Please tell us.
Really quick, Tim said Cooking with Fernie should just be a YouTube show.
Aww.
You should totally do a YouTube channel, Cooking with Fernie.
Okay, tell your story.
Okay, so pre-Halloween, we were out shopping for shit, and we were at Savers in the Halloween aisle, and I love that motherfucking place because you can find some amazing shit you can use to cosplay with for really cheap. I mean, it obviously looks fake because it is. But
Savers, for those of you who don't have them in your town, is a thrift store.
It's a thrift store. It's a national chain, though. They have them in Arkansas.
They have them in Kansas, too.
Yeah. So, Amazeballs, love Savers, love their Halloween rack. So we go in there, and we're all just kind of looking around, and somebody comes up, and a very familiar voice is like, hey, if you need any help, please just let me know, and I can be here to help you. And I look up, and it's motherfucking Nut and Butter.
What? Nuh-uh.
Motherfucking Nut and Butter. And he recognizes me immediately, and I could see it in his eyes. He went, boom, immediately jack off face. And I was like, aw, bitch, I'm here with my kid. And he followed us around the whole fucking time. He'd be like, need any help? Need any help? Need any help with that? Need any help with that? I was like, nah, we're good. We just moved on. I was like, this bitch works at my Savers too. Not even like a random one.
So this is a whole new crew of people watching us.
All right.
Who is Nut and Butter?
We used to have this host on, Sweet Cheeks, if you remember her.
Oh.
So she told us a story about this guy who used to cruise the clubs a lot and still does occasionally, not as much as he used to because the word's gotten out now. And he would hit on the girls, and he was a kind of good looking, big, tall chocolate man, like, you know, I mean, yeah, like every girl's, you like big, tall, good looking chocolate man. Every girl like, right? It was like you gave him pot roast or something. And
well, my pot roast will make you do that.
But here's the story about Nut and Butter. He does not want to have sex with you. He simply wants to rub your ass and jack off. Like that's what he wants to do. And
he would butter your buns.
Yeah.
And nut and butter. So that's what we called him, was Nut and Butter.
Right.
So that was Nut and Butter. He kind of disappeared for a little while because word kind of got around because he did it to like 3 or 4 girls, and then everybody's like, whoa, creepoid. We're either fucking or you're not fucking, and you can't do the little creepy in between thing. He got to the point where I guess he got a little desperate because he wasn't getting his butternut. And he would get to be like creepy dude over your shoulder at the bar, just like yakking at you even though you were clearly talking to someone else.
Right.
But he went away for a little while. But the motherfucker was at my Savers. He works at my Savers. And now I can't go there for at least 6 months because I think that's how long he can keep a job.
Well, I have my own sweet cheek story. Went to the plush Halloween party that Saturday, the 28th. And so I get in off the elevator, and it's really crowded, and I'm like, I can't get through the people. So I kind of sit a little bit back, and I said, Deanna, please find Jacob for me so we can clear me a path and I can sit and be social, because where I was sitting is not where I wanted to be. And there's a guy smoking a cigar, and I don't want to say much more about his description or this and that, but he's smoking a cigar, and he's giving me side eye, and because I'm right here and he's right here, and he's, so you're me and I'm him, and he's like, and I'm in my chair, you know, and he's just, now I went as a kitty cat. I sent you my picture. I was like really cute. Oh, and you saw me. I was really cute. Anyway, so all of a sudden he's now scooting a little closer and still doing this, and I'm now kind of just like leaning on my chair going, where the fuck is Jacob?
I would have said some shit. What the fuck are you looking at?
Right? So he finally
She
goes,
would not have, just so you all
That's true.
know.
I wouldn't have.
She'd have looked at me and been like, say something.
That's true. That's what I would.
I would have been doing it in my head though,
Yeah.
and mentally telling Sierra, say something to this motherfucker.
That's kind of what I was doing. And then, so all of a sudden he goes, I'm sorry, you just look really familiar to me. And I said, oh, okay. And I said, I'm Fern Williams. And I always say my first and last name, and I extend my right hand. That's how I was brought up. And he had a very wimpy handshake, kind of like one of these. I was like, oh. So I was like,
Oh, I hate that from women even.
oh, I know. And so he's like, and he leaned in and he goes, oh, you smell beautiful. He goes, and you're one fine pussy.
What?
Cat. And I went, oh, thanks. All the while going, where the fuck is Jacob? And,
Meanwhile, her creepazoid alarm is going, creepy, 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 creepy.
and he says,
Did he really take that pause in between pussy
yes,
and cat?
yes. And then he said, your sweet cheeks. And I went, in the camera, I'm like, no. And I looked at him and I go, no, but I know who she is. And I said, I actually am friends with the girls that she was once upon a time on the radio show. He goes, oh. And then all of a sudden he goes, Fern, like that. And I went, yeah. And he goes, SinCityBounty. And I went, yes. And he goes, that's where I know you from. And I went,
Yeah, buddy.
so I'm not sweet cheeks, thank you. But that, I guess I reminded him of her, but that's when he really.
She has red hair. Does she still have red
she
hair?
has
She has red hair.
She does.
And
She has
she's-
red hair.
You're asking the wrong
and
person.
I'm huge. She's not as huge as me. I'm 450 pounds.
You're fluffy. She's fluffy. You're fluffy. We're all fluffy.
I mean, I wouldn't just throw it out there. I wouldn't be offended if they thought I was
No.
her. She's actually super, super.
Oh my gosh.
You know, show aside, she's super popular. Like, whenever I would go somewhere with her, they would absolutely like, sweet cheeks.
We still get messages for her.
Yeah.
And her videos, if you go to our YouTube channel, SinCityBounty on YouTube, we have videos stretching back. She gives you bra shots and everything else. So
All
if
the
you're
way
a
back
big
to the
fan-
very beginning, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah. I was, So, that was my extent of.
mistaken identity.
Yeah.
But then he realized you were
realized
Fern.
you were
from
Especially when he went,
Sin City
Fern,
Bounty.
like, he was so disappointed, you know. Oh, Fern from Sin City.
I get that too. Oh, you're Sierra.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I
Toxie's
get
here
that too.
too.
Yeah.
She's here
Toxie's
somewhere.
over in the corner.
Oh, okay. She's the popular one. It's because I'm an asshole.
So that was the highlight of the plush party, but it was a lot
The
of fun.
highlight?
Not really.
Okay.
But not really.
The highlight.
No. The party was fun. I actually, got to hold purses and have drinks spilled on me and my toes stepped on. And it was
That's the whole point of a party.
Yeah.
Listen, the party was amazing. There were a shit ton of people there. So many people. The video is on my Toxie page. It is also on Jacob's page.
Yeah.
I decided to Facebook Live while I was there. By the way, guys, I learned a trick that I saw other people do.
Yeah.
And if you want music, normally my music ones get pulled if there's music in the background.
Oh, okay.
So if you just put a little asterisk and say, I do not own the rights to this music, they leave it up.
Oh. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't on Facebook to see videos and stuff being done, and I went, oh, I hope I made it, and I hope they got my good side.
I really think I had you in there.
Nice.
I think I passed you and got you. But yeah, I was just kind of, walking around. At first I was dancing. I actually danced for a few minutes.
Yeah.
I haven't been feeling 100%, so I didn't have enough energy to keep going.
Yeah,
but I came up and I moved my body a little.
Oh, I was
and it resembled dancing. And that was the main thing.
Yeah.
So I want to make a little bit of an announcement, since we are in a little bit of a lull here. After the first of the year, we're going to be in a brand new studio. Ooh. Our host, WWDBTV,
.com.
are moving studios, and we're still here in Vegas, but we're
I hope so.
we're very excited. It's going to be a much bigger studio, so maybe we can get some more ladies on this show all at the same time with us.
I love when she calls me a lady.
Yeah, because it ain't true for me.
You can get a lot of ladies.
The space looks like it might even be big enough to have a live in-studio audience once in a while.
Nice.
So we're very, very excited about that. And we're coming up on our anniversary just after that. In February will be our anniversary. And I don't think it's not like 100th something. What's the next one? 400th show?
Yeah, our next one's 400th show, and we're about a year out from that.
Yeah, so we'll be doing something nice and special for that, too.
Ooh, if it's around this time next year, that'll be amazeballs.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. If it's around the Halloween-y time, we might do a 400th anniversary or a 400th episode costume party.
Sweet.
I gotta start calculating some shit. We may not be able to miss any shows, guys. We're gonna have to do all the shows.
Okay.
I hate costumes.
How about we
bitch, all you gotta do is put a fucking little thingy in some shit.
Yeah, like I did. That's what I did for a
fucking cat
I was
ears.
in pure black, and I carried a mask. That mask did not go on my face once.
No. Because you even told me when you were here, because you come up to me and I was like, and I was so happy to see you, and you saw that I was a pussy.
You figure you spent all that time doing yourself up. It takes like a half an hour to 45 minutes to do this. I hate covering it with a mask.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to cover this good shit.
Love masks so much.
I know, you get all sweaty, your eyeliner drips.
Well, you got the wrong eyeliner and the wrong mask. So
my Deanna used a black eyebrow pencil on me, and it was good until I went like this because I had it. And I had this smear. Luckily, the very first picture taken, I was with Jacob, and so I'm still looking cute and fresh. But by time some of the other friends were taking,
looked like you'd gotten into a cat fight.
Yeah, it looked bad. I was pretty smeared.
I think you took the one with us, didn't you?
Yes.
That was my favorite one of the night. I was not taking good photos that night, so I tried.
Deanna and I got some good ones too. I was so lucky. Jacob got me on the first one, and they kind of just snowballed with other people going. I loved it.
By the way, everyone, Jacob was a panda.
He was.
He was a full-blown panda.
Yes, he was. That little tail. From the costume of the little. Oh my God.
I was gonna say,
Jesus, that just.
He does have a nice little booty.
I like Jacob's tail
No,
too.
damn it! I meant because it's this little black.
Exactly.
Wait, no, I'm making it worse. Wait, okay, I'm just gonna be quiet.
It's an adorable little black poofy thing.
You know the little. It's this about this.
Stop! Just stop! Just stop! Just stop!
Let me show you the size of the little tail. You guys are getting the wrong thing here. It's hard. It hangs out there.
So are we gonna do any news at all?
Yes.
Can we at least give a?
We got like 5 minutes.
Virginia just have their first. Well, they have their Democrat as governor.
Yes.
But they just elected their first openly trans politician.
Good.
I cannot remember the position or
Good
the name.
job, Virginia.
But
Now, rest of the world, why the fuck is Virginia beating the rest of us states out? It's fucking Virginia, you douchebags.
And, by the way, her opponent refused to call her a she throughout the election.
That'd be why she won.
Now, he has no choice but to refer to her
as Madam whatever.
Yeah.
Did you?
I'd be
The
dancing.
thing about that is her opponent was the legislator who wrote the anti-transgender bathroom bill for Virginia.
Yes. And we're talking Virginia, people. Virginia.
Did you know that this Tuesday, today, is the 100th anniversary of women's getting the right to vote?
In America,
Women
in the rest of the world, they've had to
We've been voting for 100 years.
And we're still fucking it up.
But good on all you women who went out to vote today.
Hoorah!
I do want to say that our thoughts and are with the people in Sutherland Springs, Texas, for the motherfucker who hated his ex-wife so much and his mother-in-law that he went and shot up a church and killed 26 people for ages 5 to 72.
Most of them were children.
Younger than 5.
Yeah.
Was a 2-year-old.
17 months.
And there were several women that were pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was mostly kids that died. It wasn't mostly adults because whatever.
It was 4% of their population, of the entire population of the town.
There was a family that lost like everybody but 2 people in it.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, the real big kicker is everybody's like, you know, he owned those guns legally. No, technically he didn't. The United States Air Force fucked up their records keeping system. Go figure, military.
They didn't put it into the federal database.
And so he was able to legally purchase guns when he was not legally eligible because of his domestic violence and rape charges against him. So here's the thing. Even with better gun control laws, and I'm not saying we don't need better gun control laws, because we do need better gun control laws. We just, instead of more regulation on who can buy guns, we should be regulating what they can buy. No one needs an assault rifle. No one who is a standard American citizen needs an assault rifle. The only rifle you need to assault with is something to kill other animals with, and that's usually 1 or 2 rounds at a time.
I heard that it is estimated that he got off over 400 rounds.
Nobody on God's green earth who does not wear a military or police uniform needs that kind of firepower, and even our police who live here don't need it. The military is really the only people who need fully automatic weapons who can put off 400 rounds in less than 5 minutes.
I have a solution.
Just get rid of the guns.
No. Let everybody have all the guns, any kind of guns they want. Give them away for free. But you charge $5,000 a fucking bullet.
That's a good idea.
I've heard that solution before.
Yes.
Except that you can those kind of guns are easily reloadable ammunitions, so
Listen,
people could buy reloaders.
Here's the deal, and I'm gonna say my piece very quickly. I know that you know, you guys are pro guns, and you know, so be it for you. But to me, here's what happens every single time, unless the shooter, and this keeps happening. Turns out now Columbine, remember Columbine, which was the huge school shooting that back in the day you thought, this is insane, how could this happen? It's not even with the top 10 deadliest in modern history. It is bumped out of the top 10. So basically what is going to continue to happen is the shooting is going to happen. People are going to go, we need gun control, and everybody else is going to go, no we don't, you're an ass. No, you're an ass, and they're going to argue back and forth, and nothing is going to get done. Someone else told me, and this is an exact example, rinse, lather, repeat, rinse, lather, repeat. Until something is done, this is going to continue to happen.
You're exactly right.
Period. Rinse, lather, repeat. It's going to keep happening unless their skin color is darker than mine. The incident that just happened with, I know it wasn't guns, but the incident that happened in New York.
Yep, the guy who ran 8 people down.
It was immediately, and I get the whole ISIS thing and this and that.
Oh yeah, our president said this man needs to be executed. That was his tweet about this.
Not even within the confines of the law.
Yeah.
Not even within, like, there's steps that actually have to be taken in order for us to do it. And I don't even believe that state has that option. But it's because the color of his skin. Immediately. It was immediate that he was a terrorist. We can't use the term domestic terrorists whatsoever. Apparently nobody qualifies unless they're
Timothy
darker.
McVeigh. He was the last domestic terrorist that we consider a domestic terrorist.
Well, I consider all other.
Oh no, yeah. Everyone who takes a gun against another American to shoot them for any reason other than self-defense is a domestic terrorist. I sort of uphold the Constitution and defend it from all enemies, foreign and domestic. And all you motherfuckers out there shooting my fellow Americans better watch it, because one of these days the military is going to get real fucking tired of there being no foreign enemies, and they're going to come back and defend against domestic enemies. Get your shit together, motherfuckers. Get it together.
When is that going to happen, though? When can that happen?
Yeah, we gotta go. Eventually, hopefully, one day. Oh.
I'm Alexia.
I'm Fern.
Toxie.
And Sierra.
And we'll be back next week.
If you're brave enough.
Later, bitches.